Hello friends, welcome to this video. This video is about conversion functions in Oracle. So in this video we'll discuss about the TwoCard function, the TwoNumber function, the TwoDate function, cast and validate conversion function. Let's start with TwoCard function. This function it inputs a number and converts or formats it to a varchar. There are a few examples mentioned here, like I'm using a TwoCard function to format the number. I've used this replace function because in some of the cases the TwoCard function returns a space. So in order to represent that space, I have just substituted it with this asterisk sign. So here this is my input number and this is the format which I have provided, and you can see accordingly the output has been formatted, and there's an extra space at the starting. Then second example, I have used this format where I have used 10,000 separator, and if you can see here it has added, the result is same as previous, but it has added two spaces here. Next I have tried to use this 999 here to format, but as you can see the number is greater than this format, right? So it's not able to format this number, and it returns something like this a null type value. Next I have not given the format string here, and if you can see the number is returned as it is. Now here if you can see next example, I have used 0 at the starting. So if I want 0 to be printed left of this decimal, so it gets printed accordingly. So now we'll see the TwoCard function. It also inputs a date and converts or formats it into varchar. Sorry. So here also if you can see I have used a similar thing. I have used this replace operator to display the number of spaces which are extra spaces which are being does come when we use this TwoCard function. So here I have used my date is a sys state I have used, and I want to convert it into this, that is I have given the format as D, and so it returns me the day with some extra spaces here, which is being substituted by asterisk. Second, I have used the same state, and I have used a particular format here, and it gets formatted into this particular format. Next I have used the format plus. We can use this NLS parameter as well. So date language I have selected as American, and if you can see it is formatted into this format DDMON. The month is coming as MON plus the year. Now here I have used you can see we can use some strings when we are formatting, right? We can have some hard-coded strings like date. I have hard-coded date here, then I have hard-coded time. This part I have hard-coded, right? And this is the format in which I wanted to display. This is the date plus this time format also which I want to display, so it is being displayed in this way. Then I have this next where I have used this format DL. So this will convert my date into a long date string, so it shows the day plus the month, date and the year. Next we'll see the TwoNumber function. This converts the TwoNumber converts expression to a value of number data type. The expression can be binary float, it could be binary double, or a value of char or varchar2, a data type containing a number in the format specified by the optional format mask parameter. If you can see the first example here, I have tried to convert it using this format, and the number it returns the number in that format. Secondly, I have removed a decimal point, so if you can see from the number, the decimal point has been removed. Next I have used this is a new feature I think which is available these in after 12 in 12C versions. So where you can see we can use the default -1 on conversion error. So if there is any error in converting this to number, then it returns this default value. So if you can see this, I've used a comma here, right? So it will give an error while converting it into numbers. So my default expression, that is -1, will be used. So this default here, I can use any value. I can use 0 also. If you can see, here is my input value, and this test, it cannot be converted to number, so I will default the value to 0. You can use any default value here. I have used -1 or 0, anything. So it returns me 0 here. Next is I want to format is where I want to consider the currency symbol as well. So if you can see, the currency symbol is represented by this letter L. Here I have given a currency symbol, and so it's converted and the string will be converted into number, and it will represent it as 56.34. Then we have the TwoDate function, which converts a string to date. The syntax available. So here also format mask is optional, but if we do not provide a format mask, so the default format will be used, and a query, it may not run the same in all machines. So we should make sure that the string matches the format parameter provided, else error will be thrown. Also the NLS language parameter is optional, but if you need to provide it in order to avoid errors related to data language settings of the database. So if you can see here, I have used this format here, ddmon, so it returns me it converts the string to date, and using this format, it returns me the date. Also here also with this TwoDate also, as we can use this default value if there is some error being thrown while conversion, so this default value will be returned. So if I use the date here as 34, so it will be throw an error. So instead of the error, it's giving me a null value here. Here in the next one, I have along with the format mask parameter, I have used this NLS data language as well, date language as well. So it formats the date into this format. Let's move to the next one. So here we have this cast function. So this will let you to convert the built-in data types or collection type values of one type into another built-in data type or collection type. So you can see a few examples here. This is the sysdate parameter I have printed here. If I want to cast this sysdate as timestamp, okay, so it's displaying the date plus the time part. So here you can use like this is a number I wanted to convert into varchar, so it converts the number to varchar. You can see the casted value here. Next we have this called as a validate conversion function that determines whether an expression can be converted to a specified data type or not. If the expression can be successfully converted, then this function returns 1, otherwise this function returns 0. If the expression evaluates to null, then this function returns 1. If an error occurs while evaluating the expression, then this function returns the error. You see few examples here. So here I have I've used the validate conversion function where I am trying to convert this as a number. So as this can be converted in as numbers, so the value is written is 1. Here in the next example, I try to convert a string to number, so it won't be converted, it will throw error, so it's showing me 0 here. Next I have tried to convert this into date, so it got converted and its value is 1. Next we have this converted this. I've tried to convert this number with this currency symbol. So here as I have used a correct format mask, so it gets converted properly. So in the next example, if I do not use the currency symbol or format mask operator here, so it will throw an error, it returns 0. Next I have tried to convert this into using this format mask. So if it is, you can see the digits are less right than the original one, so it returns 0. Here if I specify the correct digits, so it will return the correct value, and this will be a true, so it will return 1. Thank you for watching.